Good morning, beloveds. I occasionally warn you that the mood that you are in will influence the sacred reading that you do. I'm not in a good mood. It's been a tough week, and it's Thursday, so I still have 2 more days of this work week to go. And today's title may have been specially picked for me. So just so you know, I'm not having the best day starting off, so bear that in mind as you listen. Okay. It is February 8th. Our title is No Limit to What God Can Do in You. Our author is Elizabeth Towne, and this was published in the Washington Newsletter in 1919. There is no limit to what God will do for those who believe. This is the law. Whatsoever things you desire when you pray, believe that you receive them now, and you shall have them. Therefore, I say unto you, pray and believe. Do it the first thing in the morning when you wake up, and the last thing at night when you go to sleep. Between times, forget all that about it if you can. But when you just can't help thinking about the health problem, then repeat the prayer of faith. Make your prayer something like this. Thou, God, are my life and my perfect health. In spirit and in truth, I am whole now. My flesh is perfect. All my tissues are strong and knit together where they belong. This is true to my real self. This is true in spirit and in truth now. I am whole now. I am pure spirit, and God is my health now and forever. My body is already reflecting God's evidence. I thank thee, O God, for my perfect health, happiness, and abundance of life. I rejoice in thy wholeness now and evermore. See what I mean? Perfectly picked for me today. And that's the magic of reading things is sometimes they speak exactly to what it is that you need to hear. And that's one of the things that was Reverend Jesse was talking about on Sunday. It's like we don't teach in New Thought, we don't teach you what to believe. You know what to believe. We don't have to teach you that. What we do is we teach you how to believe. And to a minor degree when. Because you heard her. She quoted Jesus. Whatsoever you desire, pray and pray as if you have them now, and you shall receive them. That is a quote from Jesus that she used. She didn't give Jesus credit for it, but that it's a quote from Jesus. And then she said, pray and then forget about it. And that's what New Thought is about. It's like, look, when you are going to pray about whatever the situation is, then you go to that place where nothing has ever been wrong, and you pray from that place. You pray that you go to the place, the spiritual place of nothing has ever been wrong. Everything is exactly the way it should be. And you pray that. You pray now that right now, the situation is exactly perfect. And then you come back. You come back to the material world where, whatever reason you want to say we have limited it. You come back to the material place, and you leave that prayer where everything is perfect. Okay. You leave that prayer where everything is whole, complete, exactly as it should be. You leave that prayer there to work. You're not leaving it there because that's the only place it can exist. You're leaving it there to work. So you come back to this material plane and you let go of that prayer so that it can do its job. And then you try and avoid thinking about that prayer while you go about and do your life. Okay? And that's exactly it. And then the next time it's time for you to do a treatment, and you're not going to do the same one. What Ernest says is what you're going to do is treat the treatment. Then you go back to that place. And again, but you leave those prayers in that place so that they can do their work, because that's where they do the work. And what you want to make sure you're not doing is that here in the material realm, you are constantly uprooting that prayer and looking at the roots, because then the roots never have time to get down into the soil. As a plant metaphor. So that's why you want to leave that. That's why you want to avoid thinking about it. It's like, yeah, I know that this is the challenge. These are the challenges that I have, but I don't want to think about the challenges. You know, I don't. Outside of whatever it is that I need to do to make sure that I stay safe, depending on what my challenges are. So, you know, you don't want to. You want to leave that prayer that you have done, that treatment that you have done, in the place where it will work. And go about your life. Do your life. Do the busyness. Because when you are busy doing your life, then you can't. Most of us can't. Because we don't live in that place. You know, it's like we visit it occasionally, but we don't live there. You know, we live here in the material world where things can be what they are. You know, I'm not going to say that they're good or they're bad. I'm just going to say that they are what they are, you know, and this is where we live, and that's okay. You know, it's okay to live here. What we do is we go visit there, because every time we go visit there, we bring a little bit of that back with us. Okay. And that's the point. That's why we go there, to bring a little bit more of it there. But we want to leave the prayers there, because the treatments there, because that is where the treatments do their work. And so if we're caught up thinking about our problems, then give your mind something else to do, which is why she gave us the prayer of faith. It's like, look, you know what? Because I don't have time to live in that unseen realm. I got stuff I got to do. You know, I don't know about you, but there are things that need to get done, and I have to be here to do them. And so, so I go to that place, I do my treatments, I come back, and then if I have a moment where I get caught up in, and I'm going to say my problem, then I'm going to turn away from the problem and state the truth again. But I'm going to do it as an affirmation, a short affirmation, okay? It doesn't mean I have to trek all the way to the unseen. My prayer is up there, and it is doing its job, and I know it's doing its job. All I'm doing is reassuring myself with an affirmation. That's what I hear her saying, okay? So, and I'm not saying you can't visit the unseen as many times as you want, you know, but we all have lives to get on with. You know, when I came home in a meeting, and I went ahead and clicked into the meeting, and I have like a 5 or 6 minute drive home. So it's not a long drive. And the meeting started, you know, the meeting had already started by the time I had gotten in the car. But, so I was, and the moderator asked, would anybody like to do an opening prayer? And there were 3 ministers on that call. And she said, well, don't all the ministers jump at once? Well, okay, here's the problem. I'm driving. If I'm going to go to the unseen, I can't do it while I am driving. Can I treat while I'm driving? Yes. Yes, I can. But to go to the unseen and do a full-on treatment the way I prefer to do it, in situations like that, it would take my attention away from the road, and that is not safe. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. You've got all of these situations where you need your focus and your attention here. That's not the time to treat. That is not the time to go to the unseen. But while your attention is focused in here, and you need a boost, there's no reason why you can't do an affirmation. So, it's kind of a balance. It's kind of a balance. You know? And you've got to make those calls for yourself. I'm not telling you not to treat while you're driving, but if you're going to treat while you're driving, treat about your driving. That's what I do. Like, I treat about my driving, and I treat about my fellow, drivers and and the people that are on the road with me, and, the animals that I might come across, and the people walk in, because I drive through neighborhoods. That's what I'm going to treat, because that's what my focus is. But if I'm going to treat about a situation with my health, I'm certainly not going to do it while I'm driving, because my focus needs to be somewhere else. And that is that is part of her argument, okay? So when your focus needs to be here, short, punchy affirmations, do it. But if you are going to do the treatment, you go to the unseen. You go to the place where nothing has ever been wrong. And then you leave that treatment there, because that is where it's going to do its work. Now, I will tell you that is my opinion. It is my educated opinion, but you don't have to agree with me. So if you have a difference of opinion, you do you, okay? If you can treat while you drive, more power to you. I'm just telling you why I don't. But Ernest is a big believer in going to the place where where nothing has ever been wrong, and leaving the prayer there. That is what we are talking about today. Leaving the prayer there to do its work. And then getting on with our lives. Okay. All right. And I would tell you that's the mission today. That's the mission today. To make that trip to the place that nothing has ever been wrong. Do your treatment and then leave it there. The cat is playing with a ball. It's great. And I want to go play with him. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I'm on the other half of the treatment, thing. So you've got your mission today. All right. The other mission is the same mission I give you every day. Do something loving for yourself. Do something kind for yourself. Do something compassionate for yourself. The most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I could do for myself was to acknowledge my mood, which is why I said it when I got on. It's like, because it's going to change the way I interpret what I read. It is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I can do for myself and others. Let me let you know, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling 100% today. And it also, especially in moods like this that I am in, where I don't feel 100%, to take that deep breath before I speak, so that I don't have to take something back, that I don't have to make amends for something that I didn't mean to say, that I let my mood get away with me for saying, okay? So that's where that pause comes in really handy for me. And it's also that take a walk, take a nap, take a break. It's like, because there was a couple of situations yesterday where I started to say things and I thought better of them, and then I walked away. Because it's like, you know what? I'm not going to have this discussion with you. You are not going to listen to me, and I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to have this discussion with you. So I just walked away. And that is the power of, that's why I use that suggestion. I do literally mean go take a walk. But sometimes I mean just walk away, because it's better than the alternative. And the rest thing, yeah, my stress level's probably running a little high right now. And I will take care of that. No, I am taking care of that. Let's put that in the present tense. And take a break. Sometimes you just need to go do something else and get a fresh perspective. So there's that. All right. There are a whole bunch of other suggestions, loving, kind, and compassionate. As you said, I started off with the one today saying, hey, you know what? I don't feel 100%. So, will I get there? Yeah, I will. And it'll be okay. I will be, and that's the secret to positive people. When we're positive most of the time, Raymond Anderson said that I'm a practical idealist. I'm a practical idealist. So, and that's what it is. It's like, I'm not positive 100% of the time. I have my moments. Like I said, I'm having one today. But I know in the end, it's going to be okay. That that, you know, whatever this is, it's not going to last. I'll get through it. The charge for me is to get through it without doing damage to anybody else. Okay. This is why we practice love, kindness, and compassion on ourselves. Right now is a time I need to be extra loving, extra kind, and extra compassionate to myself to make sure that I can do it for other people. So, you know my suggestion about eating dessert first, don't save the good stuff. I am going to remind you, joy is a quality of God. No matter what is going on in the world, no matter what is going on in your life, you still deserve joy. So please make room for it. So today is one of those days I'm going to be looking for the opportunities of joy, including the cat coming in here with the ball. That helps a lot. So, keep that, you know, make room for joy. The rest of the suggestions are basic self-care. Do something to engage your mind and your body, whatever that looks like for you today. Unless today is your day of rest, because tomorrow will be my day of rest. Drink plenty of water. You know how I feel about hydration. Your brain works better, your body works better, your skin looks better when you are well hydrated. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Get that early in your morning bright light. There is no sun. It is mostly cloudy. The clouds are pretty amazing, but hey, you know what? I missed that sun. Artificial light does help. You need 5 to 10 minutes of bright light early in your day. That will help to reset your circadian rhythms, and it will help you to, you'll have more energy during the day. You'll sleep better at night. It's science. You can look it up. I'm also going to remind you, oh no, that was my last one, wasn't it? Then I'm going to do my Ernest Holmes quote for you, which is to open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you that you do live in heaven. Right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. That's my favorite quote for 2 reasons. One, it reminds me that it's all God. It's all God. We're all made from the same substances. When you get us down to our most minute quantum physics particles, we're all made of the same stuff. We're just these wonderfully amazing variety of arrangements of photons in the end. So we are electrons dancing. I just loved that. So it's all God, okay? And I'm like, I can get on board with that. It's all God. Because that means that no matter what is wrong, it can be fixed because it's all God. It's all God. We can nudge the arrangements back into alignment. The other thing that it reminds me is that heaven's not a place. It is, as Ernest says, it's not a locality. It is not a place we have to get to. It is a state of mind. It is a state of consciousness. So while I may not be in a heavenly mindset at the moment, I know how to get there. And today it's just, you know, going to require a little more effort for me. And that's okay, you know, because I got this inexhaustible source behind me that will support me if I'm open to it. Oh, see what I did there? I reminded myself that occasionally we step on our own hose. Unkink your hose. Let it flow. It's all God. And when we give ourselves the gift of that heavenly mindset, then when we wake up on the wrong side of the bed, to turn a phrase, we can fix it. We can recreate that heavenly mindset. So try it. You might like it. And you can always take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice. Look for the good and praise it. I've been kind of leaning into the, you know, like this morning would be one of those days where I need to write down the three good things. And if I had been doing it, then I would have that list to go back and look at, you know, look for the good and praise it. Best way to start that heavenly mindset. Because gratitude will get you there every time. Every time. All right, beloveds. I think I'm at the social media part where I remind you we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. Sorry. I commend them to you. And if you want to know what's going on with the center, email info@creativelife.org. I just glanced at the time, and because I was struggling with the thing, I need to wrap this up. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a no limits day, a remember who you are day, a practice the presence day, a know that God's got your back day, a get off your hose day, a good day. And if that's too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough just as you are. As one of our authors said earlier in the year, you are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. All right. Know the truth of your being. Make regular trips to the source of your being. Know who you are. Get to know the person God knows you to be, that Spirit knows you to be, because I can promise you one thing. That person is good. That person is good. Because honestly, that's all God sees. The rest of it, that's up to us. All right, beloveds. Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved. And I will see you next time.